Yeah, hey everybody, this is Ian from mindfulmarketplace.com. And in today's really quick, uh, sort of extemporaneous first blush entrepreneurial intuition about this new platform called Circle.So, I've had some people asking me for my thoughts over the last couple of days. I didn't really know about Circle. Circle is it's a community building uh, software as a service. I would say it's an analog to something like Mighty Networks or Tribe, or even more loosely in the WordPress ecosystem, Buddypress, or more specifically Buddyboss, which I know many, or at least some folks in my audience use and love. So I signed up for this on Monday. Today's the 13th, I believe, of August, Wednesday, 2020, just to kind of get a grok or feel for my thoughts about Circle, and I really love it. I mean, it's very, very intuitive. It's quite beautiful, as you can see from their landing page. I'll show you the Circle that I set up. I think I will anyway. It's somewhere. Nope, that's not it, and that's not it either. And it's certainly not this. So let's see if I can't go to. It's here. All right. So I just set this up to test over the last couple of days for our community. And I'm excited about this. I mean, I have a lot of experience with Mighty Networks and certainly Buddypress and Buddyboss. This is, again, I would say it's most analogous to a Mighty Networks, especially once they roll out the app for Circle, which I understand is coming at some point in the not too distant future. Um, it just has a lot of utility for a content course slash coach oriented or coaching oriented community. So if you are teaching classes and you are looking for a way of augmenting, optimizing, and improving your student experience by dint of offering them the sort of interactivity that most LMS software services don't incorporate. So something like Podia, which we use for our partners.mindful marketplace subdomain. We have a lot of courses on here. I have a pretty robust membership area as well, which is here. And one of the, as much as I love Podia, and I do love Podia, this is not certainly anything disparaging about Podia, but one of the really difficult pieces for me is the lack of interactivity with my community. So it's a very one-directional, the conversation is always flowing from me to you, or from me to the folks who are actually subscribed or students of these different courses and or memberships. So here, as you can see, I'm writing stuff, I'm sharing content, and the most that I can really expect from my audience is that they will like something or comment, right, which doesn't happen all that often. I get likes and some comments, but it's really kind of rare and unusual for folks to actually leave comments. There's one there, but in general, it's pretty unusual. And the reason is that there's no personalization possible. So the person who leaves a comment doesn't have a profile. They don't have links to their, work in the world. There's no real kind of, like familiarity or with other folks, who they are, what they look like, what they're working on, etc. And something like Circle right away gives you that sort of, that's really not me. That's just a dummy picture of me, but for folks who wanted to interact with other people on the platform, you can give people the ability to customize their profiles. Again, this is just the thing I set up to test. Let's see if I can find the settings to change my profile. It's probably here. And I think everyone pretty much has this sort of customization available. Actually, that's not coming up. I'm not sure why. I'm just basically figuring out where everything goes here. Let's look at a more robust example rather than the one that I just screwing around with today, right? So here is a community.makerpad. Makerpad is a really popular entrepreneurial no-code sort of community. I'm not a member here, but I've been watching some of what their founder, leader, main guy has been doing for some many months. And this is a good example of what you can build using a Circle. I assume, yeah, clearly that this has been in process for a while. So Ben or MakerPad or this platform had access to the private beta, and you can see this has a very Buddypress, Buddyboss kind of look and feel. The aesthetic is actually somewhat similar as well. But I think this is a better option because it requires less of you as the platform proprietor, as the site owner. There's no customizations. Let me restate that. There are no plugins to fuck with. There are no tools and tech and updates and all this other stuff that a software as a service, as a value proposition, removes that heavy lifting from your experience. And while all of us think that lots of customizations and color changes and design tweaks and optimizations and that stuff ultimately matters the least in terms of building something that has value, that is enduring, and that is transformative for your own brand, your own business, your own content, your own community, and your own cash flow, which is what we're all here on some level, or at least somewhat what we should be interested in doing. A lot of people are spending all of their time doing designing these sites without ever actually launching something that is meaningful or that matters. So again, I don't know this dude. I don't know the MakerPad people. All I know is that this is what a circle that's fleshed out a little bit with some interactivity, with some some thought and some strategy behind it looks like, right? And um, yeah, I'm impressed. And again, where I'm really impressed and what I don't know that I completely fleshed out this thought is, so if you look at our courses here, right, this is our private Pathright community where we teach courses. There's a multi-author course community. Pathright is a fucking awesome platform for teaching. It is a really, to me, the quintessential, LMS for larger organizations, right? It's not Gumroad, it's not Podia, it's not even Teachable. I think this is really a step above when it comes to creating courses that build a real community. All right, I said that poorly, but um, where I find it difficult even here is that people don't interact with the courses, even though they have tools, right? So let's see. I'll show them to you. You have these community tools that give you the ability to to add interactivity, to add notes, to share notes, to add questions. Where in principle people should be able to interact and are interacting in a meaningful way. But I just find it doesn't happen. No matter how smart or strategic I think the questions that we're asking are, no one cares, right? But by definition, something like this just facilitates community. So what you could do, and what I am actually planning on doing, is taking these courses, right? So courses that would be here, let's say, I don't know, pick any one of them. Let's say this one, which has 900 and some odd members, right? So instead of having this one directional Ian, me, talking to you or the folks who are actually enrolled in this, I can incorporate this a channel, or what they call a space here, which I already set up today, right? Took me 8 seconds. And, I can have everybody who's in that course right, automatically enrolled in this private space. And I can actually make this space separate from, let's say, some of the other content and the other community that is, or other courses or other discussions, or in their parlance, other spaces that everyone sees by default when they come to our circle, right? And it's important to know that you can set up your own custom domain here. So clearly, if I flesh this out, I don't want this to live on a circle subdomain. This would be a a subdomain within our Mindful Marketplace community instead. As a matter of fact, I'll give you one other sort of extra piece of information that I probably don't even need to share, but I've already decided that we're moving our Ghost installation, which is currently on the community.mindfulmarketplace.com subdomain, and I'm actually going to use that. Why is this loading so slow? That's not good. I'm going to use this for our author multi-channel community, because again, even Ghost, which I love, and it's a great publishing platform, doesn't have really these smooth tools for natively incorporating the sort of community that this, as you can see here, has, right? Something like Circle running, or something like MakerPad running on Circle. Okie doke. So I'm excited about this. I don't really know all the answers yet. I certainly haven't figured out how everything works or where everything appears in what spaces and places and how to navigate and, operate all of this just yet. But I'm excited to learn. I'm certainly going to be, adding lots of content over the next week or two to our circle. And I expect this will be a significant piece of our platform going forward. I would encourage you, if you're interested, to check out Circle.So. There's a 14-day free trial that you can access, and give it a run and see how it feels for your brand, for your project, for your platform, for your business, and especially if you are teaching courses. I think you're going to find this is going to open up an avalanche of ideas of how you can extend and improve and really serve and scale your your course community, especially if you're doing stuff like us. Okay, so I hope that's been helpful. If you have questions, feel free to ask. And again, visit Circle.So to try this for yourself. Thanks so much, and have a great day.